Wow, that's pretty cool. We are going to kick this off with RUPES, and we are going to bring the heat. And I'm so excited. I have my very good friend.
Oh, you actually want for me to
Yeah,
introduce myself?
You say your name.
It's my go. Okay. Robin Winter.
All right, thank you, Robin. I'm so excited that you're here. I could not be more excited. What do you have for us this morning?
We have the new Nano 2 that we released at SEMA last year. If you're familiar with the Nano, you know, it sounds similar, but there's a lot of big differences with it. So first and foremost, a little bit more powerful. So 25% more power coming from the motor on it. Looks a little different. Is only available now in long neck. We had the short neck, but we sold so much of the long neck, I think it was like 15 to 1.
Okay.
So only available in the long neck now, but that's everybody's preference, I think.
Yeah.
So the big change with this is the Smart Connect, the Smart Fix Quick Connect. So you used to have to use this little scrunch, right? And then get in there and change out the heads. So now it's just magnets and ball bearing. It slides in and out like that. So this is the 1 inch on a 3 millimeter. And then this is my favorite, the rotary extension, just slides in, snaps in, that's it.
That's awesome.
And now you can use this as a 2-inch rotary. So you have this little guard on here, a little plastic guard, it's just a magnet. Snaps right in place, right? So with the 2-inch rotary, it's a gear reducer on there. So you just line up the arrows on top here. You want to make sure that's really important. It's got some lines on the side. There it is.
There we go.
2-inch rotary. So that's the newest on that. So no more changing things out. And again, still comes with the 12 millimeter orbit on there too. So 3 millimeter and a 1 inch. This is a 2-inch. So we'll use a 2-inch on this.
Very cool. Obviously, one of the biggest points of this tool is to get into all those nooks and crannies that you can't reach with your full-size tool. It's for when you want to take your paint correction to the next level and really like get into the details, right?
Absolutely. With this guy, you know, perfect area to do this. I'm gonna stay off of this. This is what Carson said, to stay away from the black mat. So I'm gonna stay off of the black plastics here, but the 2-inch rotary. So I got that on low speed now just to kind of prime my pad a little bit. I'll try not to splatter, I promise.
And what makes you choose the rotary over the other attachment?
Because I can control it, right? I can control exactly where I'm putting it. I'm not worried about the pad kind of slapping into the side or maybe this backing plate. And a lot of people ask like, what's the power in it? And will it stall? Does it slow down at all? And I can kind of demonstrate, like you can, sure, it slows down a little bit, but if you turn the speed up a little, right, it still continues to rotate.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not worried about losing rotation on it.
Yeah, it feels really
so
well
I would
balanced.
totally do like all this edge work, right, on this front end here. I might go down, if I really wanted to get really down into it, a 1 inch here, but the 2-inch would even be perfect like up in this cowl area. So, and there are actually a couple defects, a couple small scratches in here. So if I just wanted to squeak up in here, but there's just so many areas on the vehicle that you could use this. Take it inside, do interior stuff with it. Plastics on the inside always need some cleanup, some polishing. Or there's defects that will remove, you know, like in the rotary, your defect removal is very fast. So,
Cool. Can we show them the 1 inch?
Yeah, absolutely. So with the 1 inch, I'm gonna use this in the rotary extension, okay? So I'm gonna put this little plastic guard back on there. Again, it just lines up. It's got little arrows on the top there. And then it just snaps in. Again, ball bearings and magnets keep it in place. So you hear that click, that means you're snapped in all the way. The cute little blue wool pad. And just a little dab. Perfect.
There we go.
All right, so maybe like in this spot and then this area here. Turn it down a little bit.
So you like to use the extension because it keeps it a little bit further away. Obviously you're doing a much smaller area,
more
right?
Control, right? And more leverage to it. So I can angle it, I can tilt it, I can get right up on this edge. So smooth, super efficient.
Well, Robin, thank you so much for being here.
Go see Jason.
Now I'm gonna go join Jason over at the table. Some of you may or may not know him, but this is Jason Rose. I'm super excited for you to be here.
I'm glad to be here too. It's a pleasure.
And what do you have for us today? I'm super excited about this.
Here to feature our new product. It's our new DA Ultrafine Polish.
Okay.
And it's an addition to our Bigfoot polishing system, which most of you know about already, but our DA coarse, DA fine, and now there's this,
and
not a third step, but
does this
an additional
replace
product.
the other one?
So Uno Pure, a lot of people know about that. That was our finishing product, and it still is. This is integrated into our DA system. Uno Pure was positioned for any tool, any pad, so it's a much more versatile product. This one's very specific to the dual action system.
Very cool. And you have kind of a newer, I mean, for those who may not know, we have a little bit newer of a tool.
Yeah, the Mark V.
Mark V, yeah.
Yep, quieter, smoother, more powerful. It's an upgrade from our Mark III. So the DA Ultrafine is meant to be paired with a very specific foam pad. So these two work together as a system. It's important for everybody to understand that. It's not just a polish we're throwing out into the universe, but these two work together to get that result. So we have a new formula foam pad. You'll see it as our DA Ultrafine white foam. It is your go-to for soft paint.
And can you use this with a more aggressive pad, or do you like it?
You can, but when you're on soft paint, you really should do this pair. Because they're made to finish off on soft paint.
So what are you going to show us today on the side of Carson's truck? He's given us the permission to polish.
So we're going to find a flat spot just to do this demo. And the first thing I'm going to demonstrate is our priming method. With our system, I would say definitely prime, and especially with this combo, because you got to remember the scenario. You're doing a final finish polish. So you've already compounded, you've already removed defects, and now you're just doing a final haze removal or kicking up gloss. Or you're on soft paint, and in that case, you got to make sure this pad is very well primed. Any dry parts of this pad, and it doesn't matter this pad or anybody's pad, any brand, any dry parts that you begin on your first application is going to be a little bit aggressive from this dry pad material on the paint. Especially with a large orbit tool doing its thing. If you want the best performance, what we call peak performance, if you want that on the very first application, we're going to force prime this. So we're going to take one spot here. This is not actually going after defects or doing the application. We're going to put the tool on speed 2, and we're going to leave the tool in one stationary area. Count in your head to 20 seconds. And what this does is it warms up the materials, the foam and the liquid, and it takes this pattern that we put on here and spread it thin and even across the foam.
Love that.
The important thing though is put a little bit of pressure down, because remember, you're trying to warm things up.
Trying to get it warmed
Now
up.
this 20 seconds of polishing here is also early read on the paint response. Like, how hard is this paint? How soft is it? The important thing is that the X pattern we put on here, you can begin to see it spreading across the pad. I don't know if this picks up on the camera, but this thin and even product spreading, you can see it's beginning to go into these dry areas. And I don't think we're fully primed yet, because there's dry pad, dry pad, dry pad. So I'm going to reload a little bit, but I'm going to focus on those areas.
Now, while you're doing that, tell the folks at home why you don't do the dot, dot, dot all over the panel.
I've seen that, and it's actually, it's a technique born out of decades ago from a rotary application. Contemporary products, including this one, don't need that application method, and in fact, it's probably working against you. So this fluid, you can already see that it's drying up around the edges. So in the bottle, there's a pantry of ingredients. So when you do this, if you pat this down like this, solvents immediately outgas, water begins to evaporate, oils begin to dive into the porosity of the paint. Instantly, this is already doing something. What happens when you blot this around and then you start polishing here, by the time you get over there, it's a different product. It's now not the same product you started with. Our recommendation is keep the good stuff between the pad and the paint. So we're gonna switch to speed 4. So we're gonna short cycle this. Our normal recommended application is about 45 to 60 seconds of an application. But with this product, we're recommending 30 seconds. And the reason for that is on final finishing or on soft paint, you don't wanna overwork the paint. 30 seconds or less, and the softer the paint is, the less application time. So there have been times we do one pass this way and another back and then stop. Because if you did another pass, you end up hazing it because the paint's so soft. Short cycling is the key to this product.
That's good to know.
And by the way, it helps you finish the car faster. One of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of detailers do on final polishes is they overwork the paint and they end up creating a new defect. Pay attention to what the manufacturer says. This is your go-to for soft paint. So one thing I want to tell the viewers is that this product is not designed to remove scratches. The only defect it was designed to remove is a really, really fine haze mark. Any deeper scratches in there, they're not going to go after that.
Do we want to talk about this tool real quick?
So yeah, this is our Hybrid Mini. It's in our Hybrid family. And for those of you that may not be familiar, Hybrid to us is our sub-brand. That means the tool that can be used with a battery or a cord. So it's one tool that's corded and battery. That's what hybrid means to us.
Yeah.
Now this tool is also edge work like the Nano that you just showed, just a very versatile tool.
Yeah. While you guys were busy on that door, I found some dirty laundry, dirty pads.
Dirty pads.
Dirty pads, right?
That looks like, what, a brown single stage car you did? Or?
It's a red, oxidized, dirty single stage. Yeah. And they've been sitting around drying up from New York to here. So I want to try to like clean them out, right?
So what do we do about that?
So we're going to talk about the new air gun, right?
So what's its official name? Because you know, I just name everything what I want to.
Airjet cleaning
cleaner.
gun. So this blows, creates that vortex like we've seen on a lot of blowers, right? But the cool part about this is it's got the vac attached to it. I'm going to blow it out real quick.
Well, the vacuum just turned on.
So it's actually like holding, you can feel the suction, right? So let's try it again.
Now we know there's lots of options on pad cleaning, but the main message here, besides that we have this device to do it, clean your pads, clean them frequently, is super important. And it's not just a good idea, it's because it impacts the polishing performance. So when you're removing defects, you're removing paint that gets loaded on a pad, and now your cut and finish just goes out the window. So clean pads, clean them frequently.
I want to talk about a couple more things.
So this is our entire system now. So our DA coarse, DA fine, and now DA ultra fine. This is a complete system. Now some people look at 3 products and they instantly, mind goes to, oh, that's a 3-step system. But the way this is designed with our DA polisher and our pads is it's really truly designed to be 1-step correction. It means finding the right combo after you do a test spot on your defects and your paint hardness, and then you take that combo and do that whole car in 1 step. That's the true intention of these.
This was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Jason and Robin.